life right now is just, I'm in awe of the life that I've been blessed to have. From where I come from, people don't make it to the age I'm at, or they're not even blessed with the opportunities or just the basic blessings itself. I have two beautiful daughters, full of energy, full of charisma. Then I have this drop-dead gorgeous wife. She's very, very strong, very supportive, very loyal. And on top of that, she's anointed. So after this stage and I get back home, I'm your regular Joe. This is me as a man. I was born, on the west side of Rochester, New York, upstate New York, 1904. West side of town, Wellington Avenue. And pretty much a stable home, mother and a father, two sisters. My dad had got this big old lawsuit, so that they thought that it'd have been good to send all of us to private school. It was a Catholic school, Nazareth Hall to be exact. In the private school, they taught us religion and all that, and taught us who the man Jesus was, But one thing that I noticed that was real different was everything that they were teaching me, it started being different than how their lives was played out. So their life wouldn't match up to what they were talking about. So I fell back from it. I thought it was all a myth. I thought it was all a lie. I just stopped feeding into it altogether, and I became an atheist.
I know D-Will lies being the Shiggy Shine Snatcher, the 59 Packer. You won't know what that is, but it's the Goonies.
I met 59 Packer probably this was right before I caught my second bid.
D-Will, he's the original Goof Troop, man, if you don't know him. But he about that, you know what I'm saying? He trying to clean up and get everything back together and get niggas on the right path. But D-Will is still D-Will, man. If you know D-Will, he ain't got no chill but period. That's just that.
I met him with my boy Shadow. And they used to be having a minivan. They had a minivan and they used to come pick us up. We used to be riding deep.
I was always a class clown, getting into trouble. They ended up putting me on a Ritalin or something. They put me on Ritalin, Prozac, Adderall, everything. Xanax. Nah, Xanax wasn't even around. But if it was, they probably had me on it. I became suicidal. I think it probably was a medication. I turned almost into a zombie and became very suicidal. I hated life. So, it took me off of the Ritalin and whatnot, and it felt like the world was back to regular, but it really wasn't. Coming to know who Jesus was for myself. One day I was walking down the street and I found a chick track. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a gospel track, and I read it. And it really, I really didn't believe it at the time because I was still in my atheist mode, but I think it planted a huge seed in my heart. So fast forward, one day I was I'm selling some weed on Genesee. It wasn't moving. It was real slow that day. And my homeboy Shadow, he walks up to me and he like, yo, Beth, she cooking right now. She cooking up the street. She said, dudes could come over and eat.
The lady down the street, she cool, she's always talking about God and everything else, but we went down there to go see if we could sit and eat real quick, The block was dead, wasn't really happening,
I was really reluctant to go to Beth's house because one thing about Beth was she was a Jesus freak, a bona fide, certified, habitual Jesus freak. Every word that came out of her mouth was Jesus. And at that point in my life, I really didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? I spent my whole life up to 11th grade in a Catholic school. I've had my dose of Jesus. But there was something about this day. So I decided, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever, let's go to Beth's house. And we get there and lo and behold, Beth talking about Jesus.
We down there chilling and she's showing us all type of DVDs and crazy shit that a bugging out.
And And I'm at the point like, man, I'm just trying to eat. I'm just trying to enjoy this meal. And she just going on and going on. She started talking about the rapture. And I'm like, here she go. I'm like, I told you she was crazy.
All the you're showing us about some called the rapture, and basically was telling me like, bro, you about to be up out here.
So the rapture going over my head, because, you know, it's one of those myths again. But then she started talking about 7 years of tribulation. And that really caught my attention like nothing else. She started talking about a bottomless pit. She started talking about locusts with a head of a man, tail of a scorpion, mouth of a lion, and all this type of junk. Now, I got ADHD, so my creativity and my imagination is on a whole nother level. I can see this, I can feel it, I can sense it.
I wanted to go, but we chilling. Got us something to eat and all that. You know what I mean? And we like, man, it's time to go, man. So we bounce.
So me and Shadow leave the house, and when we walk out the house, it's pitch black outside. We must have had a blackout. And I feel like there was no coincidence. Like how we in a house that's fully lit up, but as soon as we walk outside, it's a blackout.
And we walking down the block or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know if we was going to his house or we was going back to the block. But we talking like, man, that's crazy, blah, 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 you know what I mean? Because we know something about it, we just wasn't too into it no more because we strayed away, but I mean, we got an idea.
The whole street is just dark, you can't see nothing. So me and Shadow, we walking in the middle of the street, and I started talking to him about, you know, the situation that just happened. And I'm like, yo, Beth is crazy, you know what I'm saying? She talking all this crazy stuff. I knew she was gonna be talking about Jesus, la, 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 la. I said, you know what? That tribulation story that she was talking about was kind of crazy.
He said something. He said that something like, God, if you real, or something crazy like that, show me something, right?
I said, matter of fact, yo, God, if you real, then you gotta reveal yourself to me right now.
All right, now you can believe me, you don't gotta believe me. I really don't give a I was there, but check it out though, right? So we still walking, and when this say that, right?
As soon as I said now,
the whole sky changed, like
the whole sky lit up for like 5 seconds.
On some painting with the nice sunset flickering.
So me and Shadow, we looking at each other. It's like, it was like a movie. As soon as that happened, we looked at each other, it was like, rapture!
We need to go, you know what I mean? I'm thinking it's over. I'm like, right now?
We started running. We running all the way up Alpine, took the left on Wellington.
We started boating, ran to the mom's house.
Spare here, banging on the door, do, 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 do.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna front. I think we even said a little prayer.
My mom opened the door. Boom! I kicked in the door. I ran straight to this TV. I turned to CNN. Because CNN, you know, if anything was to happen, if it was the rapture, CNN would have it. So I'm looking, we sitting at the TV, like waiting for 10 whole minutes, waiting for something to happen. Nothing. CNN ain't saying 1 million people are missing, aliens come through abducting nobody. None of that. But I knew that that was a sign from God.
But yo, man, that was like one of the craziest nights of my life. That is real. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm still out here. It is what it is. But God is real, so you better believe that.
So Shadow ends up leaving, and I just come back up to my bedroom. I come back up to my bedroom, and I just like, man, I really believe that that was God. So I get on my knees right in my bed, and I gave my life to the Lord, you know, right then and there. I repented of my sins, and I just told him how much I needed him. But right before I said amen, I asked God, I asked him to increase my faith, because I was coming from nothing. And if I needed anything, it was faith, faith to believe.